Go!
Oh, you mutt.
always welcome here, good sir.
Quick! You silly donkey.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
God be with you.
Just a moment.
What can you do, sir? Maybe next time, then. Wie schade, Mann. Ja.
Silly doggy.
Word about the price.
Sehr gut. I can agree to that. I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
Willkommen, mein Freund. So
A word about the price. What would you say?
That's more. Ja, finally a good. Danke, das war ein gutes Geschäft, mein Herr. Nothing to your liking, sir?
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
Good day to you. What brings you here?
I'll have a look at the ware. I'd like to do something.
Huh. You see? Thank you, sir. And come again.
I'd like to do something.
I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
My humble respect.
day to you. It's good to see you, lad. What do you need, sir?
What do you have for sale? Let's talk about...
Well... We're getting close. Aye. I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
Here, Mutt!
Aye, aye, you silly doggy.
Go! Quick! Go!
Whoa!
God bless.
Have you heard any news?
There's something new every day. Death roams these parts with me following close behind.
Are you and the herb woman related? You both look... well, really old.
We're not related. We both got some years behind us, and we're both unclean in our own ways. That's all we have in common. Different herb women came to me from time to time for hangman's nooses or nails from the gallows. What they do with them is their own business. I'm just a trader. But Bozhena ain't like the others. She's an honest herb woman who only heals with herbs and prayers. Do you know why they chased her out of town?
I do. On account of Yakesh's son.
There's a place called Limbus Infantium. Make sure you never send anyone there. Not even by accident, like Bozhena did with Yarushek.
Well, I don't think I'll be going into the midwifery trade, but I get you. I had to dabble in your trade a little bit. Buried a young man from the nomad camp who got beaten to death by woodcutters.
I know. Don't think I didn't try to get him for myself. He wasn't baptized, so I couldn't bury him in the cemetery. But he deserved a good place in the ground nonetheless. It gave me a terrible itch. I can't stand unfinished work. The damned woodcutters left him there like a solstice decoration.
I buried him in his favorite place.
You did well. Don't hesitate to bury any other corpses you find left unburied. You have my blessing. I can tell right away if a fella understands an honest trade.
Do you know what happened with the bodies from near the pond? Tankard, Conrad.
Who?
Well, you wouldn't know their names. A couple of soldiers that fell there. Where are they buried?
Oh, I remember them. They all ended up in a pit together right by the cemetery. All I got was a yellow waffen rock for the effort. Getting them out of there was a grind. They was well fed. You could tell right away they was from better parts than this here county.
Yeah, you're right. They're a long way from home.
Not to worry. Earth is earth, wherever it is.
Ignatius, I'm gonna need your help.
Of course. How many are there? Where do you want to bury them? Shall we grind the teeth up, or do you want to take them away in your purse?
None of that. I have a different, slightly unusual request. Bonnie from Lower Semine sent me. We're looking for a saltpeter pit.
From Lower Semine? What pit?
A saltpeter pit.
I ain't never heard of nothing like that. What's it supposed to be? A pit to hell?
Yeah, something like that. At night, you hear the cries of tormented souls and catch the whiff of sulphur.
Well, that I can't help you with.
Not to worry. It's actually just a hole with some rotting carcasses in it. These white crystals form in it. And that's exactly what we're after.
You should have said you're looking for the pit I throw carcasses into. What's all this about Salty Peter? I'm going to go there anyway, so I'll take you there.
Really? That was easier than I thought.
Not even a chicken scratches in the dirt without hope of reward, though. You'll help me with something first. I have some collections from some Slatigo farmsteads, and I'd be a fool if I didn't use a helping hand. At least one day I can take it a bit easy.
You want me to help you with your grave-digging business?
Why not? You look like a strong fella. You'll be a good helper.
Oh, dragging carcasses around isn't exactly a respectable job. But so be it. I'll help you with it. What else can I do?
Grave digging is a job like any other. Sooner or later, everyone needs our services. And if it wasn't for us knackers, folk would have to deal with their animal carcasses themselves.
Of course. I understand. I'm just a little worried about what people will say about me when they see me with you. I wouldn't like to lose the honor I've earned as squire to a nobleman.
Don't worry about what people say. They'll only strip you of your honor if you let them. So what then? Shall we take a nice little ride with my boys Snorter and Dragonfly here? Nice and early, at daybreak.
Let's get this over with then.
Didn't you understand me? We ain't going nowhere now. Like I said, be here at daybreak. That's between night and day. Do you understand?
I understand. I'll come at dawn.
Aye, aye. You silly doggy.
May God give you health, sir.
All done. Sharp as a razor.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Maybe I should add some spices. Not bad at all.
You have a kind master, eh, Mutt?
This is useless. I should move it. That looks like it's almost done. Now I just have to temper it.
May God give you help. Sir.
Herrgott, that's not good. I can't keep hitting the same place. Well, I'm about halfway done. Good. This won't take long now.
You've got on you.
Well, this one's gonna need some more work. Just a bit more, and I'll be done.
Christ, what a damn.
And that's that.
Someone's been pampering this horse.
That's one sharp blade. This one is sharpened already.
Bloody expensive.
Word about the...
I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
Whoa, whoa.
You're always welcome
An
here.
ale, as usual.
To your health, my friends!
And with you.
You silly doggy. How's your sister?
Fine. Why'd you ask?
I heard she was sick.
Taking the time again. Look what I have for you.
Nothing. Just a slight cold. Aye, a man would be calling for the priest. But women are made of stronger stuff.
I'll drop by and visit her sometime.
Aye, aye. You silly doggy.
A tankard of ale, thanks.
Hey, my wife is half German. You know I'm not talking about her. All I'm saying is those greedy whores of systems get away with too much. The rich rule the world. What can you do? And why do the same people always have to be rich? Why can't it be us for once? Aye, you'll have to have God about that, not me. But aye, fuck the Germans and fuck Sigismund. Exactly. One of these days, those bastards are going to pay.
Innkeeper, that beer.
Aye, but we won't be around to see it, my friend.
You're always welcome here, noble sir.
Innkeeper, what's taking so long? So, I went to see my brother and talk about the inheritance. But your father's still alive, isn't he? Aye, but he drools all over himself. And he gets this feeling that his time's nearly up. Does he get it often? Nearly all the time. And he's always threatening to leave everything to the church if I don't go and see him. Aye, once old folks start getting soft in the head, it's bad news. Exactly. Let me tell you, I'd rather die poor but young than to go through that.
Praised be Jesus
Cry
Christ.
hunger.
Greetings.
Lord be with you, neighbour.
Same to you.
A large beer for me!
To a good harvest.
You have a kind master, huh?
Why the hell do they pour the beer on the table?
I'll have some wine.
Why is this all sticky?
Well, this doesn't seem too bad. Good day to you.
I wish you a pleasant day.
It's filthy again. Damn it.
Jesus Christ be praised. Greetings to you, friend.
God be with
What's
you.
the hold-up, innkeeper?
Same to you.
I'll have a jug of wine.
Have you heard? Roman's body was found buried in the woods.
I heard. Murder it was. But you know the worst thing about it?
What?
He was eaten by pigs. Ripped to pieces he was.
Holy shit! Hey, do you reckon it would be a sin to eat them pigs when they got inside them human flesh?
Boy, perish the thought. Tell you, I won't be eating no pork for a while.
You shouldn't work so hard. You'll wear yourself out.
Roman's
It's just,
body was
I don't
found
like
buried
lounging
in the
about,
woods.
sir.
Why?
I get the feeling life's passing me by, and that the Lord will be displeased at my idleness.
Even our Lord rests pieces of the week.
I observed the day of rest, But otherwise,
Hey.
I'm always on the go.
Do you reckon it would be
I'd
a
feel bad
sin
if I
to eat
wasn't.
them pigs?
Admirable.
When they got inside
I hope
them
you keep it up. But even so,
flesh.
I think we should slow down a bit.
Perish the thought. I tell you, I won't be eating no pork for a while.
Have you seen Bailiff Thrush?
I have. He's been grinning like a days in a dung heap for days on end. And he's all puffed up like a peacock.
So what? I wish him well.
So do I. I meant it in a good way. He's a decent fella.
Indeed he is. He's worked so hard to get to where he is today. Lord Semlin should be glad Thrush gave Agnes's hand to his son.
And they say Agnes will get a nice dowry on top of it.
I hear Lord Semlin needs all the money he can get right now.
On account of the wedding.
If that was all. I heard his coffers were empty even before.
Ugh, what awful weather.
Christ, what's the hold up?
You have a kind master, eh, doggy? When it rains, it pours.
What kind of pig was sitting here? What a mess.
Go sniff somewhere else. Huh? If you want to be outside after sunset, you need a lit torch. That's the law.
You see, that wasn't so hard, was it?
Go.
Die!
Die.
At your service, sir.
Aye, aye, you silly doggy. Look what I have for you.
At your service, sir. You have a kind master, eh, Mutt?
Aye, aye, you silly doggy.
I don't know if I'm completely ready for this, but let's get going.
The dew is still on the leaves. The roads are clear. You don't need your horse. I'll stable him here. It'll be heaven for him. In any case, heaven's always close here. Hop on the wagon and Snorter and Dragonfly here will take care of us. Did I bring that stuff for Visor? Meat? Pain? Aesop? We've got a long journey ahead of us, so get yourself comfortable so your arse won't hurt. So, you say you're from Lower Samine, eh? You don't want to have anything to do with them, do you? Maybe you heard what they say about Lower Samine round these parts. Crazel don't sell short measure, not that. He looks out for his reputation, but his helpers have been seen often in the villages after dark, looking fishy. Or during the day, in the pillories. Don't that bunny of yours belong to that gang too?
Bonnie's an honest girl, and her friend Zinnek is too. Crazel only sent them to scrape saltpeter off the walls of the sties, so that's just what they've been doing. From what she told me, they had nothing else in mind.
Lower Samine's a thorn in the side for a lot of folk. Some on account of the competition. Some is just rubbed up the wrong way by that Crazel. Either way, all they need's the slightest excuse to grab their pitchforks. Go and grab the miller and shove his face right in his own millstone. Yeah! Yeah! Lazy bones. Whoa, boys! Whoa! Come on. Come on! Are you deaf? Oh, they're acting stubborn again. Now listen, Henry. Here on the left side, you'll see the ruins of a cottage that's been abandoned for a few years.
It looks mysterious. What treasures might be hidden there?
You'll soon see. I have a trap set inside the cottage. I wanted to lure a wolf into it, but that didn't work out. There's a deer rotting there unnecessarily. So hop in there and bring it to the wagon. Finally. At least we're not blocking the road too much.
Oh, Jesus, what a stench. Better quickly throw it in a sack and take it back to the wagon.
lackeys. This fella's with him.
Hey,
sure.
drop that right now and get over here.
What's going on, Ignatius?
Ah, I'm trying to explain to these fellas we've got nothing to do with no thieving around here. They should go to Lower Samine to complain.
2 stinking pieces of shit was sneaking around our sties and cellars and lining their purses with silver too while they was at it. Some scruffy and dunger. You must be scruffy, eh?
I'm Henry, and those, names mean nothing to me.
Like I said, if it's rotten carrion they're after, they should have come to me. A passion for knacking is the only thing we have in common.
Is that so? So prove it then.
Take a good look at me. Do I look like a thief? Or more like a commonplace, maybe just slightly grubby, hired hand? At this rate, you could blame any old peasant who's grimy after a hard day's work.
I don't know. I don't reckon I've ever seen a real thief up close.
Ask around about me and you'll find out everyone knows I can't stand a liar. I'll keep my promises and show up on time. So enough talk and let's carry on to where duty calls us.
All right, listen. We'll be going then. But if you happen to run into them 2 thieves, you tell us right away. Got it?
Of course.
You can count on it.
Glad to hear it. Let's go, fellas. Maybe...
Do you want to keep going or not?
Maybe it was the one...
Not much left for us to do here, eh?
Hopefully our luck will hold out, and we'll only be breaking the limbs of carcasses today. The next farm's just up ahead. Hop on, and let's go. Don't worry. That was just a kind of little favor for me. Now we'll help the locals here in Jda with their carcasses.
So far, I've just carried sacks. I already did that for the miller.
Yesterday, the good wife from that farm came and told me both their pigs died. So we'll scoop them up and haul them off. I mean, you'll scoop them up and haul them to my cart. She says it was a curse. There was a flash of lightning, the pigs started trembling, squealing and puking, and then keeled over and dropped dead.
And then Satan himself appeared in the sky. Happens all the time.
It ain't my first day doing this job, so I could see right off them pigs had been poisoned. The good wife swore them pigs were happy as, well, pigs in shit. She said they even let them go to a nearby stream to have a wallow. It flows here through the forest on the right. Since we're here, you ought to go and take a look around there. Check how clear that spring really is.
All right. I'll see what's going on there.
And I'm going to enjoy having a helper. At least for one day. Maybe I'll roll around in the grass here with Snorter and Dragonfly. Yeah!
Those pigs came here to drink. Where to now? I can smell something upstream. Ah, here it is. Wolves must have killed them. It didn't even eat them up. I'll go and tell Ignatius.
Aye, come here. Ah!
Ugh. Jesus. This is disgusting.
Bloody hell. Pretty hefty, hey? They look like royalty here.
It really wasn't a curse. There are rotting carcasses in the water upstream from the watering spot. No wonder the pigs caught some disease.
Well, what do you know? I was right. I'll give you a hand. It'd take you all night on your own. My humble respect.
I'd rather go back to sacks of flour.
Poor things. A waste of good meat.
Do you want to keep going or not?
I took care of the carcasses. We can drive on.
Nice work. There's even a bit of meat left for me.
Yeah, you'd eat that. They've been lying there God knows how long.
But nicely in the cold. There's nothing wrong with it. Anyway, you won't be eating it, so don't worry about it. Let's keep going. Now, lads, seeing as how you don't obey me, you're surely horsing around today. So far, it ain't that bad, eh? You don't have to take down no hanged man or bury an unbaptized child.
Well, ever since I started working for the miller, all I did was carry sacks. The sack makers here in the region must live like kings. Of course, it could be a lot worse.
I like having to carry sacks full of thistles. Now listen to me closely. You won't be carrying anything at the next farmstead. Instead, you'll have to make one carcass there. See, the work of a knacker ain't just about clearing away dead animals. Now and then, you've got to put down some creature, so it don't suffer. Or, like today, to put it down so everyone around it don't have to suffer. In this case, we're talking about a dog.
Well, what can I do? But I doubt I'll feel good about it.
That cur belongs to the greengrocer, Vizar. I've heard they're both pretty fierce. Don't draw too much attention to yourself at the farmstead. I'll give you some Aesop potion to drink first, and some meat and bane. Soak the meat with the poison and throw it to the dog. He'll probably be locked in a pen somewhere. As soon as it's done, we'll disappear before anyone notices anything. I got paid well for it from the neighbors, so don't fuck it up for me. Lazy bones. Lazy bones.
My respects. Good doggy. Good boy.
Oh, Sakra! The dog isn't here. The door's open. Where did he run off to? Barking? He's coming from over there.
What are you doing here, Henry?
Bonnie? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
The gravedigger wants me to poison that dog.
Jesus! And are you going to do it?
Well, what else can I do? You're the one who sent me to Ignatius. You just tactfully neglected to mention that when you and Zinnek were acting as his hands, you robbed half the houses in the county.
Shit. It's all gone sour.
This is all I have left to do before he takes me to the saltpeter pit.
And couldn't you find the pit without that? Just take a look at that poor creature. I'd like to keep him in place of my poor dead sniffer.
You surely know how to pick 'em. Your poor creature is terrorizing the whole area.
It's not the animal's fault. When Zenek and I were here last, I saw how old Vysarik treats him. He doesn't give him food, he abuses him. With a master like that, he won't last long. You wouldn't kill a dumb creature just because its master is a sick horseman, would you?
Well, you don't have to convince me. Ever since the gravedigger told me to do it, I've been trying to figure out how to save that dog. If you want to take him, I won't stop you.
You're a much better Christian than I thought you were. I'll take him to the lair. We'll meet there.
Hurry off now, before someone sees us together.
Come on now, boy. You'll like it in the lair.
It's taken care of.
Taken care of? What do you mean?
I set the dog free. He didn't deserve to die.
For fuck's sake, didn't deserve to die? We were supposed to get rid of him, 'cause that's just what he deserves.
Bonnie from the mill came and took the dog before we got to him.
Well, fuck me. How much more is that girl going to steal before she has enough?
Oh, she'll take better care of him than Baysar did. All he needs is to be fed properly, and he won't be dangerous anymore.
I surely fucking hope not. Because if he runs off and ravages something or someone again, then we didn't help at all. Let's go before we start looking suspicious.
So this is it. This is the pit.
Slowly, boy, slowly. Have a bit of respect. Death always deserves respect, whether it's people or animals.
But there's hardly 3 heaps here. Is this really it? Are you yanking my pizzle again?
Of course not. True, it used to be one big pit. But then I found out when you pile up carcasses in smaller pits and throw some wet hay between them, it all rots better. And the better it rots, the more niter you'll have. Are you going to take some right away?
I won't. The miller will probably send some people here.
Well, they'd better not dig it all up. That'd disturb the natural balance, see? And soon they'll find out there's no place to find saltpeter.
Well, I reckon I'm delaying the inevitable. I'll still have to taste it.
You're going to taste it?
It's the only way I can be certain it really is saltpeter.
God's nails. And they say I'm disgusting. Wait a moment. I've got a reward for you. Just so's you don't think old Ignatius and his even older nags is ungrateful riffraff. Take it as a thanks for your help. Maybe you'll take over my trade one day when I'm pushing up daisies myself.
Settle down in Troskowitz, build mounds of dead animals, and eat bread with saltpeter. No thanks. Not for anything in the world.
Here's something that'll definitely come in handy if you ever need to go through all this again. Either with me or somewhere else.
Thanks.
Taste it then. Get to it. This I have got to see. to make such a feast of it.
Look at me. From a lord's messenger to a taster of cadavers. Cold and salty. This must be it. If you're going back to your cottage, I'd like to take a ride with you.
Of course. But in return, you have to help me get all this lot buried. So there's some more saltpeter in the making. Praise be to God, my friend. You have a kind mind.
Come and hear something you won't believe. I've traveled the whole world, and now I will tell you the amazing things I've seen and experienced. In the south, I saw a land.
At your service, sir. What do you need, sir?
I've got something for you, blacksmith.
God's nails, you weren't bullshitting.
I'd say it looks pretty much like a sword, eh?
Looks like. This is a damned fine piece of steel. Damned fine.
Thanks. I was glad to help, but now there's something I need from you.
I'll pay you, of course. And if you want to do some smithing, I won't throw you out of my forge either.
No, you know full well what I need. I have to get to Samin's wedding.
Why is it so important for you? It'll just be a lot of people stuffing their faces. You can find that anywhere.
I have my reasons, and you don't need to know them.
God's nails, lad. You're full of mysteries. But whatever, that's your business. I don't mind taking you to the wedding. Nothing to it. We can set off once you're ready.
silly doggy. Careful.
Lord be with you.
Have you found Casper yet?
I did. But Henry, be very careful. There's a reason I left Casper for last. The man is a real beast. I just wanted to be sure you had it in you.
And you reckon I do?
Aye. I hope so. What about you? Think you can take him on?
I do.
Then listen up, lad. His band is one of the biggest. But it's not just about them. Casper himself is deadly in his own right. A real beast, like I said. A vicious, cruel bastard who'll stop at nothing to get his way.
Great. Do you at least know how to get to him?
Unfortunately not. I'd love to help you, but I don't know how. I've always been a bit leery of the fucker myself.
So this Casper of yours, what can you tell me about him?
He's a greedy old bastard, I'll tell you that. He'll sell his own soul for a couple of groschen, and he don't trust nobody. You touch his money, and you might as well dig your own grave.
And there's still people left in his gang?
Laugh all you want, lad. I once saw him kill a man in cold blood, just because he thought he'd skimmed off the loot.
And did he?
No. They didn't find anything. But it didn't make much of a difference to the poor dead bloke.
Where should I look for Casper and his band?
From what I hear, they've holed up in a forest near Apollonia. Be careful. The rocks are treacherous. It's easy to lose your way, even in broad daylight. And if you go there at night, be bloody careful, you hear?
Aye. I understand. Why is he hiding there, of all places?
Weren't you listening? It'll be bloody hard to find them there. And to make it there unnoticed would be damned near impossible. What's more, I heard they recently got their hands on a fine bit of loot, so I guarantee they'll be keeping close watch over it.
This is starting to sound more and more like a suicide mission.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll figure it out. I believe in you, lad.
That's everything I need to know.
Wait a mo. There's something of his I need you to bring me. To prove he's really gone.
Really? You still want to test me?
Old habits die hard. I want his ring. It's a big gold one.
Have a soft spot for trinkets, do you? Didn't expect that of you.
That fucker put it on every time he wanted to bash someone's teeth in. The edges are quite sharp. And I've got an old souvenir from him myself. Just under my ear.
All right. If I come back in one piece, I'll bring you Casper's ring.
It was good to see you, my friend.
Here, mutt.
Aye, aye, you silly doggy.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Here's another one.
Fuck!
I'll kill you!
Somebody!
I've been waiting for you.
I'll sort you out nicely.
Fuck. I'll never leave the house again. You'll see. Thank you very much.
Nah, don't mention it. I'm just glad you're all right.
All thanks to you. Here, take this. A keepsake. And thank you again.
Quick! Quick! Gah!
Come to take us out, have you? Not today. We're under attack! That weapon won't help you, bastard. Alert! To arms!
Enough! I give up!
Get on your feet and fight!
You're mine!
Attack! Come and help us!
Oh! I yield! Mercy!
Get on your feet and fight!
I'm gonna get out of here!
Now you're gonna get it!
Game, you idiot! You're a dead man! Alert! To arms! Take that!
I'm at your service, sir.
How can I help?
I'd like a set of clothes for the wedding.
You've come to the right place. I'm sure you'll find something you like. And when you change into it, I'll tell you right away if it's appropriate for the wedding. I know what I'm talking about. I'm invited too. I sewed clothes for the groom.
Show me your wares. I'd like to do something about...
That's still... Finally. I was glad to be of help to you, good sir. What are you here for, friend?
What do you think? Can I wear this to the wedding?
Magnificent. I couldn't have picked a better outfit myself. I think you're ready to dazzle them all.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
Guten Tag, mein Freund. Komme. Danke. Das war ein gutes Geschäft, mein Herr.
Thank you, sir. And come again.
God be with you.
And with you. How about taking a break? Rest those legs and try your wits instead. Come on, don't be shy. I won't bite.
That's a relief. What were you going to offer me?
Curiosity killed the cat. No shame in that, though. They call me Barley.
You have a peculiar name.
If I were ordinary, well, that's just another way of saying boring. And boring's not for me. So I wander the roads collecting my riddles, and if I meet anyone I find interesting, I'll happily work a riddle on them.
A riddle? Very well. Let's hear it.
Now, listen carefully. What belongs to you alone, but is used more often by others? Any idea?
My name.
That's right! You have a learned head on those shoulders. The robes of a priest would suit you better than a sword.
They really wouldn't, I assure you.
More's the pity. But down to business. I have a proposition for you. You deserve a reward for solving my riddle. Except, you've caught me flat broke. I can give you some of what little I have. Or teach you some of what I know. What'll it be?
I'm always up for learning something new. What can you teach me?
I spend my days on the roads and my nights in the taverns. What interests you more?
Tell me about your experience on the road.
You can't beat a sturdy pair of shoes and a good supply of wine or ale with you. And keep an eye on the clouds. They can tell you if a big storm is brewing, and whether you'll have time to find some shelter.
I'll bear that in mind.
And you'll stay dry. Farewell!
Quick!
What brings you here?
What's
What
that
brings you
I hear?
here?
And I was starting to think someone wanted to...
Greetings. How can I help?
Caspar is with the Lord now.
That's the last flea out of the mattress. Good job, Henry. What about the ring? Have you got it?
I've got it here.
Aye, that's the one. Nice and shiny. It matches my eyes, don't you think?
If Caspar was the last of your band, then we've got them all.
Indeed. The local lords can rest easy once again.
And what about you?
Aye. Me too, for that matter. If you hadn't taken care of them, it'd just be a matter of time before they came to take me out. I'm nothing but a bloody turncoat to them now. And the punishment for that is harsh. On both sides. So thanks, Henry.
What's next for you?
Now? Serving Lord Sameen. Now that I've put my past to rest, hopefully he'll be able to trust me.
That'll be quite the change, no?
Yeah, it sure will. I just wonder if I'm not too old. If it's not too late for me already. I don't know if I can get used to it, but I reckon we'll see.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure.
Likewise. And actually, here, managed to get a bit of silver out of Sameen. Lord knows you deserve it.
Thanks. Well, I suppose this is goodbye.
Maybe we'll see each other at Sameen's wedding. And if not, come and see me anytime. You're good, Henry, I'll give you that. But there are still things I can teach you.
I'd like to learn something.
What do you want to know? See you soon, my friend.